leaders. Glad to see you, Coach. And John, thank you so much for inviting me to introduce this guy. I tell you, people, I want to tell you about myself, but I'll wait for later to do that. I've got to introduce you to our presenter tonight. He has positioned himself where money, let me say that again for those in the back. He has positioned himself where money is no longer an issue. He loves to help people, and he is a lot of fun to be around. Now, most importantly, he knows all the facts about our business. So there's nothing else for me to say except, ladies and gentlemen, stand on your feet and get ready to welcome the one and the only one, Mr. John Hilliard. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Hi, John.
Hey, how you doing, Johannes? Thank you for that. Man, I feel like I need to
I'm
get
good.
backflips or something like that after that. All right, welcome everybody. I want to just take the time to just welcome everybody here, whether you're here in the on Zoom with us, or whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Definitely, thanks for coming out to listen to this powerful information. We're going to get started very shortly. On behalf of Queen Rashida and the rest of my team, uh, I want to just thank you for really coming out. So before I get started, let me talk a little bit about myself. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen here. Just give me 1 second. And also, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to type any questions that you may have in the chat. Someone will definitely get back with you to answer those questions. All right, so here we go. Everyone can see my screen right about now, right?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right. So my name is John Hilliard, and I'm a truck driver. I've been driving trucks for a little bit over 20 years. Really, it's about 20 years too long, if you ask me. But I was always that happy-go-lucky guy, the one that everyone loved, see come around. I always had a smile on my face, cracking jokes, the entertainer, the piano player, and all that kind of stuff. And even though I had a very jovial exterior, deep down inside, I was struggling. Brain fog, leaky gut. I was carrying way too much weight than I needed to be. And I had tried so many diets, so many programs, this, that, just like many of you might have. I found myself, looking at myself in the mirror, just wondering, what am I going to do? People that I had grown up with were already starting to check out, you know what I mean? And I got down on my knees, because nothing was working. Got down on my knees and really started praying for an answer. Next thing you know, these two products showed up, in my life. And that changed everything. It really did. So I made this video that tells my story from when I started the Feel Great system. So here it is. Here's the story right here.
Everyone has seen this picture. Yeah, that's all 373.6 pounds of me. Truck driving definitely takes a toll on your health. Achy joints, out of breath just walking to the building, tired all the time, brain fog, waking up with headaches every morning. I knew I had to do something, but everything that I had tried in the past just wasn't working. So I heard about the Feel Great system and decided to give it a try. Hey, what did I have to lose? They say there's a 90-day money-back guarantee, so I decided to give it a shot.
Okay, here we go. Tastes good.
Well, after being on the system without dieting and no exercise, here's what I look like now. About 100 pounds down and still dropping. Now what are you waiting on? Here's the info to get started.
All right, yeah, that's me. That's my story. 100 pounds, not turning back. I feel great. I feel like I'm in my 30s. People say I look like I'm in my 40s. I'll be 55 next month. Do I look like I'm 55? Sometimes the gray gives it away, but hey, I think I got a lot of days ahead to look forward to. I feel great. I really do. So, as I said,
Hey, hold on.
I'm a truck driver.
Hey, get your camera.
And as a truck driver, I never really seemed to have a lot of time to spend with family and friends because I was always gone. I'm down in Laredo, Texas, prices right now, right? And even though it can be a good job, truck drivers, you ask me a truck driver, it can be a very, very decent living. But when those wheels aren't rolling, you're not making any money. But most importantly, my health and my weight have become, serious concerns in my life. Now, everyone here is not a truck driver. I get that. But you too probably have a busy lifestyle, this rat race that we call life, living in this microwave society. So let me just ask the question. Would you agree that it'd be pretty difficult if you to enjoy life if you had all the time and all the money in the world, but if you didn't have good health, it'd be pretty hard to enjoy life, wouldn't it? Raise your hand if you agree with that statement. Yeah, I agree with that too. So just looking at truck drivers again, it's a very stressful job. We deal with a lot of long hours, odd hours, 14 hours to drive 11 hours, 14 hours to get it done, 70 hours during the week where everyone else is working 40. I always say that truck driving is hazardous to your health. And the food out there, y'all, it's not the best in the world. So I'm going to ask another truck driver to come up and tell us a few disturbing facts, if you would. Mr. Rob Lane.
Thank you, John. Here are a few disturbing facts. 90% of adult Americans are metabolically unhealthy. High blood pressure and cholesterol levels are at a high time. 100 million adult Americans in the U.S. are currently dealing with pre-diabetes or diabetes. Heart disease is becoming a #1 killer in the world. Childhood obesity is growing at a disturbing rate. Would you agree that we have a problem?
Raise your hand if you agree with that statement. Thank you, Rob.
Yes, sir.
I agree with that statement. And again, folks, I'm a truck driver. I got a passion for truck drivers. So I can't figure it out there. We're twice as likely to struggle with obesity, 50% more susceptible to diabetes. There's a lot of truck drivers that smoke. These high blood pressure numbers, y'all. Every truck driver, at some point in time during their career, I believe, is concerned about their blood pressure. And even sleep disorders are very, very common. So yeah, we definitely do have a problem. All right. I'm going to ask Ms. Barbara Pierce to tell us about our modern day food environment, which is causing a lot of these problems. Ms. Barbara?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to hit my mute button.
All right.
Okay, so one major reason for serious health problems is the modern day food environment, which is causing most people today to suffer from something called insulin resistance. Here are a few of the signs of insulin resistance. There we go. Skin tags, dark circles around the neck. That's like when you look like you need to wash your neck and you got those dark circles around it. That's a part of insulin resistance. Feeling constantly hungry or feeling tired after eating. Hardened belly fat or inability to lose weight. Craving for sugary or salty foods, migraines, aches, and pains. Now, do you know anyone that is dealing with these signs? Raise your hand. Well, the answer could be simple. Get rid of the insulin resistance, get rid of most of your problems.
All right. Thank you, Pastor Pierce. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to ask a couple of my friends to come up and really drive this point home about insulin resistance. So just give me a minute. Let me bring them to the
Hey,
here.
have you ever wondered
Why some people can eat more than you,
work out less, and still lose weight?
While you struggle to drop a single pound,
here's the mind-blowing truth.
It's not just about calories in and calories out.
It's about hormones, specifically
insulin?
When your body is resistant to insulin,
it's like having a locked fuel tank.
Your body stores fat, but
it can't burn it effectively.
So even if you're eating less,
your body is still clinging to all that fat.
Like it's in survival mode.
Now imagine this.
You fix the insulin resistance.
Suddenly your body starts responding
the way it was meant to.
You feel energized.
The cravings stop.
And the scale, it finally starts to move.
Without starving or living in the gym.
Like a gym rat.
That's what happened to me.
That's what happened to me.
That's exactly what happened to me.
That's 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 what happened to me.
And it happens for so many thousands of others who finally started supporting their bodies the right way.
If you've been doing
everything right,
still not losing weight,
this is probably why.
If you can get rid of insulin resistance, chances are you can get rid of many, if not most, health problems.
We're going to go ahead and pick it from that and talk about the company. I'm going to ask another partner of mine, Queen Rashida Ali, to tell us about the company.
Read it. All right. Okay. Thank you, John. The name of our company is Unicity International. This is their newest facility located in Las Vegas, Nevada. And formerly known as Rexall Drugs, Unicity was founded in 2001 when Rexall merged with Enrich International. In 2006, top Unicity distributor, Mr. Stuart Hughes, who has over 3 decades of experience, became CEO and owner of the company. Under his leadership, Unicity has become totally debt-free and is also recognized as one of the top 500 privately held companies in the United States. We're currently doing business in over 60 countries and support over 20 languages worldwide. Unicity's sole mission is to make life better. Unicity holds a very strong position within the wellness industry, which is on track to becoming a $1 trillion industry over the next 8 to 10 years and is predicted to create 10 million new millionaires. We are Unicity International. Thank you, John.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so yeah, all that raises a very interesting question. New millionaires, trillionaires. Here's the question: who would like a slice of that $1 trillion pie? I'm just curious.
I would.
Me.
break me off a million or two. Why not?
Yeah,
hey,
a little bit.
I got things to do. But yeah, okay. Let's go and get back and talk about our product, our flagship product. It's the Feel Great system, which consists of 2 powerful food-based products: is the Unimate Tea and the Unicity Balance. And I'm going to ask one of my other partners. Who did I say was going to do this? I forgot her. We're going to go talk about the Unimate. I picked somebody.
I'll take that for you,
John. All right, Eddie. Okay.
Well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. Want to talk about the Unimate tea. It helps you feel great all day. It boosts your mood and physical appearance, and it boosts your mental clarity. It also helps you with brain fog and supports your mental health. It suppresses your hunger and cravings and gives you 10 times more feel great elements than found in a typical cup of coffee, without the crash or the jitters. It can be enjoyed hot or cold any time of the day.
Right, all right. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right. So, one thing about the Unimate, it is a really, really great product. There have been so many clinical studies done on this. Look at these results here: 13% increase in strength and aerobic exercise, 5% in single use. Psychological well-being increased by 20%. It has a lot of chlorogenic acid in it, more than any standard yerba mate you find in the store, and even more than you find in a typical cup of coffee. Look at these cholesterol numbers: LDL, triglycerides, HDL, even A1C levels all improved just from taking Unimate. And we all, everybody loves losing weight or talking about losing weight. 10% reduction in waist circumference, hip circumference went down by 7%, and even 5%, almost 5% reduction in weight. That's in kilograms, all from Unimate. But that's just one of the products. Second product is a Unicity Balance, and I'm going to ask my partner Dennis Williams to talk about that one.
Thank you, John. Next up is the Unicity Balance. That's the Batman to the Robin of the Unimate. Now, the Unicity Balance, it is a pre-meal drink that is mixed with water, usually 5 to 10 minutes before you eat your meal. Now, it provides a critical fiber and support. It slows down the digestion of carbs. Now, it promotes healthy blood glucose, insulin, cholesterol, triglyceride levels, and it's a 7-time technology plus fiber matrix. Provides 8 different strands of fiber that causes you to feel fuller longer. Now, that's soluble and insoluble fiber. It also contains a vitamin complex to provide you with a daily vitamin and mineral, something that your body desperately needs. Now, it helps balance out your gut health and possibly get rid of unwanted fat. Both of you, Unamate and the balance are documented. Let me express that again. Both the Unamate and balance are documented in the medical PDR, physician digital reference. This field grade system has been scientifically proven to totally rid the body of insulin resistance when coupled with time-based eating. These products taste great and it's safe for children. Again, safe for children and lactating moms. Unicity, field grade system is unique, unmistakable, and simply impossible to duplicate. On the screen, you want me to continue, John?
If you can explain this, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's a simple equation. Without the balance, as you can see, the insulin spikes and it cannot burn fat for fuel. One of the motto and one of the terms are when the insulin's low, the fat's got to go. But when the insulin's high, this is what you're going to see. You cannot burn fat for fuel. You be hungry all the time. Your cravings are continuously and irritability. You get hangry because you want food. On the right-hand side is with the balance. The balance designed as it is, trusted by the science. You see where the insulin spike does not go as high. You burn fat easier. Again, when the insulin is low, the fat's got to go. Hunger is controlled. Cravings is controlled. Steady energy. This is the science of the balance. Thank you, John.
All right, thank you, Mr. Williams. Thank you very, very much. All right, here's how we do things at Unicity, y'all. We have our own dedicated in-house scientists and specialists. There's also third-party certification on these products. The NSF, the Clone List, Informed Choice, these are sports organizations, and professional athletes are not going to put just anything into their bodies. And so they trust these products. Hey, you can too. And as you heard Mr. Williams say, there are 18 natural products by Unicity found in the medical PDR. There's been plenty of clinical studies, I read some earlier, done by leading hospitals and universities like BYU, Cleveland Clinic, Sydney University. That's the home of the glycemic index. And just, focusing on the Cleveland Clinic, they even went so far as to say that such a product, if taken regularly, could reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis and potentially decrease the need and or dose of lipid-lowering prescription drugs. And that's the Cleveland Clinic saying that. Those aren't my words, that's their words. These products are patented and all the ingredients are sourced directly from the farmers. From the farms to the lab to the sachet to your bottle. Yes, indeed. Now, here's how you take the system. When you get up in the morning or when you start your day with Unamate. Hey, that sounds like a song.
It
Start
does.
your day with Unamate. It's going to help you to extend your fast 12 to 16 hours. You've already been fasting all night long, so might as well just keep it going so that your glucose levels can come down. Your insulin levels will come down. And when they do that, your body starts to dip into the stored fat areas to use that for fuel. You can keep it going on throughout the noontime with a second Unamate. Or if you have a heavy meal that has a lot of carbs in it, have a balance with it. But whenever you have your heaviest meal, that's when you take your balance, whether that's lunch or dinner, and then you just repeat the process the next day. Your glucose levels are going to come down, your insulin levels are going to come down, and the next day, you're going to start at a lower level than you did the previous day, and it just keeps on going and going and going and going and going. All right, that's how you take the system. Very, very easy. I have never found anything as simple as this. One of the other things that you'll notice when you get on the Feel Great system is not only are you seeing an improvement in your health, but you're going to start seeing an improvement in your bank account as well. Look at some of these comments that have rolled in. The system pays for itself. Savings on groceries, $200, $500 down on their grocery bill. No more medications, high blood pressure medications, insulin, antidepressants, all been reduced. Even CPA sent in some comments saying that they're noticing a cost savings. So that is the Feel Great system. 2 simple food-based products when coupled with time-based eating, like Mr. Williams said, have been clinically proven to rid the body of insulin resistance. All right, now, does all that make sense, everybody? Raise your hand if it does.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, with all that being said, I'm going to go and stop sharing my screen. We're going to open up the floor to any questions, testimony. We'll also want to welcome our guests. Everybody feel free to turn on your cameras. We get better engagement. We can see your beautiful faces, unmute your microphones. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, definitely type your questions into the comments. We definitely want to acknowledge those. All right, so the floor is open.
John?
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to kick this off. Thank you very much. I would like to welcome my newest partners, Ms. Barbara Pierce and Ms. Carolyn Thomas. Thank you guys for coming on. And also have Ms. Linda Cheatham on the line. Ms. Linda, thank you. And I think she has someone with her. And if you'd like to unmute yourself, iPhone waiting, okay. Someone just came into the room with an iPhone, and I'm not sure who that is. So I claim that was Dennis. All right then. But Miss Linda, if you would like to say hello, I just want to say thank you for coming on the meeting tonight. You of all people definitely need to know about this product for yourself and for all the people that you're in front of every day. So if you would like, unmute yourself and say hello to everyone and tell where you're calling from. And any questions you may have, you can ask right now. If you are unsure how to unmute your mic, there's a red mic. If you touch your screen, I'm not sure how the iPads work, but the microphone has a line going across it. There you go. Okay.
Welcome, Ms. Linda. How are you doing?
I'm increasing. How are you all?
Doing well.
Doing great. Do you have any
I was
questions?
in the bed, I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I have a friend. She's on the telephone and she's listening in, and I'm seeing great results with the hubby. And another friend came over and he shared his results with taking with the product. So I'm just excited. I told her about it and she's listening in. So thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, all right.
Yes,
Yeah, thanks for coming. Why don't you go ahead and share with us what you're seeing in your husband?
Well, I see he's already a hunk, but I a bigger hunk now. He is awesome. I love that deep way looking. I keep on the run. Yes, I see the effects, and then also weight-wise, he's weighing himself, and he sees a significant drop in weight. And then look, we're not eating like we used to. We haven't had a pizza in a month now. A Papa John pizza. So I see results. I see results.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
How long has it been on the system?
About a month.
About a month. People
long enough to make me good and like, hey, I need a pizza.
Right.
I'm not on the program, and anyway, but it's successful, and I see results. So therefore, I'm sharing it with a friend that is concerned. She want that healthy advantage that this product offers.
Fantastic.
One of the more frequently asked questions is, how soon do we start seeing results? Well, there you go. She's seeing results in her husband just within the first month. Hey,
wow.
If you're
hey,
still
John,
thinking about it, definitely jump on. Yes, sir.
Hey, John, can you take this with your medication?
Yes, you can. We are not doctors. Most of us aren't doctors. And these products are food. So if you can have a Big Mac or a pizza while you take your medications, you can definitely take this while you're still taking your medications. And let your doctors know these products are located they can be found in the medical PDR. Your doctor can look them up. Okay. And once they see the results in you, more than likely, they're gonna encourage you to keep it going. That's those are kind of testimonies that we get from all of our, or a great number of our customers. So yes, you can definitely take it with your medications.
Thank you, John.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Well, John, go ahead.
Today I have gratefully and wonderfully passed the 260 pound mark. I started out right at 298, and I'm right at 261 pounds. So I'm trying to get in the 250s. So we gonna get there.
All right.
Amen.
All right.
Fantastic. Wow.
Nice.
Love it. Love it. These are kind of testimonies that we get, y'all. This is one of the things that really makes being a distributor worthwhile. Any others? Let's keep it going.
Well, I would just like to say that today I am down still at 40 to 39 pounds because I'm doing some things that I probably should not do, but I'm good. I don't have any more pain in my body. I was very miserable in pain a year ago. And by the way, everybody, I'm over a year using the product and coming up on a year on the 23rd of June as being a partner. But I also want to say that I've not been on pain medication and I'm not on a diet and lost that weight. And I also have learned a lot over this year about diabetes, about type 1, type 2, and type 3. And I just let our nurse, Lavana, in the office here, and I would love for her, before we are done tonight, to tell our new visitors and anybody who hasn't heard about this type 3 diabetes, because it's something on her page that everybody needs to see. But I feel great. It's a feel great day for me. I'm glad I found this product. I'm off of my med because I forgot to take it when I was in Vegas, and I just decided, why take it? If I did okay, I'm not swelling like I was swelling when I was taking the amlodipine, and I just feel good, and I'm doing well. So thank you for letting me share that.
Understand that
Yeah.
her just went
Wow.
to her high school for prom just recently. Happy graduation.
It was fun.
You did say prom, right? That was a prom, or?
No. It was my 60th high school reunion. 60 years out of high school. Now I just told my age, okay. But we all had a lot of fun. Not the prom. I didn't do the prom.
we can't let this testimony session go by without hearing this wonderful testimony from Robert Lane. So I just spotlighted him. Go ahead and tell your story, Rob.
Well, August of last year, I was fighting with a dishwasher, and it won. I had an amputation on my finger, but coming to find out, I'm a 5.4. So doctor said you can't do something. I proved them wrong. I reversed my pre-diabetes.
All right, and what was your diabetes at the highest?
The highest was 6.8.
6.8 down to 5.4. All right.
Yep.
Wow. Fantastic, Rob.
Doctor couldn't find nothing wrong, and so he's trying to put me on a statin because I'm supposed to be having heart trouble and all this and that. And I was like, no.
Wow.
All right.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Diabetes is reversible. You know, so many times we get stared down at by our doctors, you know, in their white lab coats, and they're shaking their finger at us saying, "You will be on this medication for the rest of your life."
Oh yeah.
No.
No. No. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do these Zoom meetings just about every night of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm going to start sharing my screen again. And feel free to screenshot this so that you can have our schedule. There we go. Start sharing this right here. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So when you get on the Feel Great system, and I do encourage you to go back to the person that invited you or the person that shared this recording with you. Go back to that person and order the Feel Great system through them. That person is going to give you a link. That's a referral link, and you're going to get one as well. That's good to save you $10 off the cost of your products. See, these are food. This is food. We want everybody to be able to get on this. We don't want anybody to ever have to make a choice between the Feel Great system and some other obligation. So we want to try to reduce the cost as much as possible. Okay, and we're doing that through referral. So definitely get back with the person that invited you, get your own referral link, and tell your story. Share your story with as many people as possible so we can not only improve your health, but lower the cost as well. I had somebody, getting it for as low as $30. The system costs $159 plus tax. To get it for $30, I want to see somebody get it for free. Why not you? So, definitely screenshot this, invite your friends, invite your family to come out and hear this wonderful information. Later on tonight, as a matter of fact, at the top of the hour, we're going to be hearing from our own nurse, Lavonia Crawford, talk about the system. Ms. Crawford, are you able to come off mute and tell us about what we're going to be hearing at the top of the hour? Is Nurse Crawford still here? I can't see her.
She is. She's still muted though.
Hello, Lavanya.
Maybe she is. Nurses do be putting in them hours, y'all. For real.
Oh yeah.
For real. Okay. We'll definitely come back at the top of the hour and listen to Nurse Lavonia Crawford talk about these wonderful products. And also, when you get on the system and start sharing your story, understand too that not only can you save money with the system, you even make money with the system. And that's something that we talk about on Saturdays. I'm going to ask Ms. Catherine White to talk about our Saturday Zoom meetings, if you would.
Absolutely. Excuse me. Like John said, we talk about the products all throughout the week. My Zoom call is Mondays at 9:30, FYI. But then on Saturday, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, 7 a.m. on the West Coast, Mountain and Central in the middle. You can kind of figure that out. We talk about the business aspect of it. So don't be late. We kind of close those doors at 5 after the hour. But we get some good strategies. We get a lot of support. We get some mind resetting, and just getting some lots of tips and strategies on how to get your franchise up and how to keep it going. So don't be late. Come join us if you have an eye for a business and a heart to help people.
All right.
That's all.
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. Does anybody have anything else that they wanted to share?
Well, I was hoping that Nurse Crawford would be able to get on and just kind of highlight type 3 diabetes. But if you ask your Alexa, and I have to say her name really low because she'll start talking.
Yeah.
If you have one, ask her to tell you about type 3 diabetes. And if she's like related to mine, she'll say something like, well, it's linked to type 1 and type 2, but it's also linked to Alzheimer's. And if we're talking about our product helping with mental fog and mental clarity and brain fogs, and Alzheimer's has to do with the brain, she did mention to me once that Alzheimer's is sugar on the brain. And there's probably years and years of that building up to where it gets to a place where the person doesn't know their own people. But here we are with a product that is reversing the A1C number, keeping the diabetes at bay, and some people are getting all the way away from it. I just think it's important for us to know that type 3 diabetes exists, and it is Alzheimer's. So thank you, John.
Right. I just saw Nurse Crawford pop up on the screen. There she is.
There I am. Hey guys.
Hey.
Been doing a lot of juggling, multitasking. So I think you wanted me to comment on type 3 diabetes of the brain. A lot of people don't know that insulin resistance is now known as type 3 diabetes of the brain because when your cells are so resistant for over all of the years, not getting the nutrients into the cells, your brain needs it, right? And if your brain is lacking those nutrients from the food that you eat that goes into calories and breaks down into the nutrients to your cells, if you're lacking that, then it sets into your brain, right? You get the blockage of the cells, so you're insulin resistant. So now your brain is lacking those nutrients that it needs. Studies have shown that it is a leading cause, is now known as type 3 diabetes of the brain. Insulin resistance is the root cause precursor to type 2 diabetes, and then leading on many years down the road to Alzheimer's and type 3 diabetes of the brain. And in some of us, that's been insulin resistance, type 2 diabetic, and we probably can even think back like, you know what, I was having some memory, some brain fog issues, some cognitive issues, like, man, I can't even remember what I wore yesterday. Those are small little details that your body is telling you, hey, you're not getting the nutrients that you need. So yes, it is real. So you can go out and research it. Type 3 diabetes of the brain, the root cause is the insulin resistance.
Thank you.
And
Oh, and you were supposed to also tell us, John, don't forget, she's supposed to tell us about her meeting coming up at the top of the hour.
Let's see.
So come right back at 7 p.m. in just about 15 minutes or so, and join for another Zoom presentation. You may get a little extra slide or two, Coach. Hint, hint. Because I'm gonna be running the slides today. So you're in for a real treat to really see what is insulin resistance, what is hyperinsulinemia, what leads you to constantly eating from sunup to sundown and never feel full, content, or satisfied, and how these products really will help you to get control of your health and change that narrative.
All right, all right. Thank you very much, Nurse Crawford. You know, one important thing that I think was pointed out by Ms. Ali is that and Ms. Crawford is that dementia, Alzheimer's, they settle in over time. People always ask, you know, how soon before we start seeing results? And sometimes, you know, people get impatient, you know, I mean, but you have to remind yourself, you didn't develop the condition overnight. Another frequently asked question I think this leads into is from seemingly healthy people. They might ask, why do I need the system? Because I'm a healthy person. Well, 93% of the population, everyone, is dealing with some form of metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance. And you can be insulin resistant for 10, 15, 20 years before it finally shows up as something. So, you know, you might seem healthy, but give it a shot. Give it 90 days.
Yeah.
You don't see any positive results, even in the blood work, you get your money back.
Yeah. Because I can remember telling myself I was just like so busy. So I thought it was stress and just being busy that I couldn't remember what I wore the day before. And I was like, man, I'm so young. I hope I don't end up with Alzheimer's or dementia like some of my grandmother's sisters did. But since I got control of my health and now I'm aware, I know what it was. Oh no, that was that type 2 diabetes settling in on me. And we just think that, oh, I'm just too tired and I'm overworked or whatever. But you know, your body gives you the signs, but you have to be aware and in tune with your body to really pick up on it. Like, okay, that's not right. You know, something's going on.
All right, so we are 15 minutes away from the top of the hour. I want to go ahead and take this time to just welcome and to thank rather everyone else for coming on out. To our new people, Ms. Linda, definitely do come back. If you're ready to get started on the system, again, get back with the person that invited you. If you're interested in the business, get back with the person that invited you. You can also go to goandfeelgreat.com. Shameless plug right there. Get some more information about that. Hey, what can I say? So, thank you again, everyone, for coming on out. We will see you at the top of the hour. Am I forgetting anything, team? I believe that's everything. We don't have any other mega meetups coming up, or at least not on the schedule. We do have something coming up on June the 7th in Fort Worth, Texas. And Ms. Barbara can talk a little bit about that if she likes.
Oh yeah, we were excited about it because the beginning I was supposed to just have like a little tea party at my house and all that kind of stuff. And then I decided, well, why don't I have it at the police department since I'm part of the police department so we can get some of those officers healthy,
Yeah.
So we'll be having it at one of our police headquarters on the 7th, and we're also going to invite the neighborhood watch organization there in Code Blue Patrol, Citizen Patrol. So we're going to have quite a few people there, and I'm excited about it. It's supposed to be a little T, turning out to be something a little bigger than that. So
Fantastic.
if you're in Fort Worth, Texas, stop by.
It is. Boom.
Good for you.
Congratulations,
Fantastic.
Barbara.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dallas, Fort
Great.
Worth. Hey,
Thank you.
everybody,
So we had our third mega meetup here in Bakersfield last Saturday, and it was a great turnout. We had over 25 people, not counting the partners, to show up and learn, excited to get started, or those that are just right here locally that has already started on the field grade system. They shared some amazing testimonies. So I'm waiting to see some of that video footage of the testimonies that Mr. Reggie was able to capture at the event. So it was a nice turnout.
Awesome. Congrats.
Fantastic, Divine.
I just want to emphasize before we go. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people should, really, strongly consider coming into the business. Yeah, the money can be good. If you do it part-time, full-time, you might be able to do everything from just being able to cover that extra bill to also being able to, hey, take that grand vacation. But more important than any of that is these stories, these testimonies. I mean, just think about the people that we've touched. Where would they be if we would have been skeptical, if we would have decided not to even try? Where would we be if the person that we found out about the system from had decided not to even consider the business or even consider sharing their story? So I just want to leave everyone with that. Definitely consider, getting on the field grade system. Even if you're not interested in the business, share your story. Somebody needs to hear it, and you very well could change someone's life. Very well. All right.
And you
So
can
with all
live
that
like
being
a
said,
millionaire.
yeah,
I said you can live like a millionaire.
you did. Okay. That would be cruising the world.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to catch you.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Until the next time, y'all go and feel great. See you at the top. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.